Okay, good day. We have Ernie George Elder from Lake Babine. Ernie, go ahead, take it away.
I got that. When I was small, I got taken away to Lee Jack Residential School. I wrote a story about that, how I survived Lee Jack Residential School. And in being in that school, I lost my culture. And then I just started to realize that I started doing research on my own. And I found out a lot of information. And the mountains, the rivers, the lakes, the swamps, it is our boundary.
Mm-hmm.
And the boundary runs all the way from Chasangan. Chasangan means Grizzly Head Mountain. And that's where Leon George killed a grizzly with a knife. Mm-hmm. And that's how it got its name, Chasan.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll connect it to that one grizzly, the Gippsland Grizzly boundary is the Grizzland, and I forgot what it's called, but and then it goes all the way up to Cunningham Lake.
Mm-hmm.
We're connected with late Uncle William George, and it goes all the way to Cunningham Lake, Whitefish Lake. Mm-hmm. The Ernie George trapping cabin still standing at Whitefish Lake.
Yeah.
And it goes down to Big Loon Lake, and it comes across, right across Pierre Creek, and all the way up to Sign Point, and comes all the way around up to Fulton Lake, all the way up 10 miles from Fulton Lake up, and all the way to Chapman,
yeah.
and goes all the way back to Tassingan. And that's where the boundary is, and this is where Leon George is my foster father who raised me since I was a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I sleep with him when I was a little baby, him and his wife Ernie George. And Ernie George comes from Bellacoola. Ernie George,
mm-hmm.
maiden name Ernie Simeon. Born 1893 in Bellacoola.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of this issues to come back in, to get together, to get this thing going, because there's a lot of people just moving in and destroying the territory, destroying our wildlife. No, they have do it because that's the what by me. Because the what by me is tak yakat tanit by yak yandlach. Hey, yo, anuni chanten. Hey, hasana, can the government hasana projects. We own everything above it, in it, and below it. Mm-hmm. And that means air, water, soil. And that's all what I use is those three words. And the government knows what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And any government moedies job, something. Also, couldn't the residential school, hey, but when it's also, also off my cadistre. Stick well now. 5-year-old was on stick well now. But Lee Jack Residential School, it found the chamber stick ass stuff, stick over wickedly stuck and I only got a quarter of my hearing left on my left ear. That's it. My right ear is completely damaged. I'm going through a lot, surviving, doing this, doing all kinds of stuff. Like working with power saws, machineries, everything. And in sports, hockey, softball, basketball, in Lee Jack Residential School, grade 6.
Mm-hmm.
I swam across Babine Lake, from Tupper Landing across Babine Lake and back again. And when the sports day in Lee Jack was in grade 6, I won everything in first place in sports. long distance running, long distance swimming, underwater 2 minutes, long jump, high jump, pole vault, disc throwing, everything I took first place. And I'm really proud of myself, what I do for a handicapped person that when I went through. And I'm glad I did it, you know. I was prepared for that. Grade 6 sports day in Lee Jack School. And then all of a sudden, we got transferred to Kamloops Indian Residential School. Francis Holland, Stephen Tom, and myself. When we got there, like, they just shocked us, eh? It was a different nation. And, you know, it's tough going through that. Like, we couldn't communicate with those guys. And when we were there, I had a fight with 3 brothers. Their last name was Charters. Gary, Isidore, and one other guy, I forgot his name. Those 3 brothers I had a scrap with because they were trying to pick on us all the time, but I fought back. And when I was in Topley Landing, every summer we go home, and I have a dorsal with fan, and that's what I used to punch. When I went to Lee Jack, everybody tried to pick on us in our group, but I stood up and I fought back. And as soon as one guy got bleeding nose, the fight was over. And then the word of mouth came up from the other students, and they were told the supervisors, and then we got called in and we got punished. And today, I got one of the brothers gave me a 36 straps on my rear bum with a drag belt with a handle on the end, and that's what he used. And I couldn't sit down for 2 weeks, and that was awful. Everything they did to us, soap in our mouth, and then we tried to eat, our food tastes like soap. They put us stand up in the corner like 2 hours, and our legs get tired standing in the corner. We have been punished so bad that I'm not the only one in that position. Just about every residential school in Lee Jack got that. And doing all this for the government put us in there, and doing all this like the Beaumont Park in Fort Fraser, we make all that. We did all that. Everywhere there was a park, we did all that. And then when we go out into the bush for a walk, there'd be about 8 of us together, and we catch rabbits and grouse. We use sticks and stone, we circle it and we kill it. And then about 6 rabbits, maybe 6 grouse, maybe 7. We bring it back to the school, they cook it for us. We had to, being hungry, we had to go into the kitchen to steal food and that. They don't know about that, but we did it. And it's a bad situation. A lot of white people are talking to me about it. If you went there, I said, yeah, that was a bad school. Yeah, it is, I said. So now today, I moved down and went down to Hazelton. That's where I shacked up. And my father-in-law, James Morrison, was one of the concerts for Ginnamack's band in Old Hazelton. I go fishing with him in first week of June. We get the boat ready to go fishing, commercial fishermen. I help him. And then in September, the first week of September, fishing is finished. And then we go up to Mesiaden. We stay up there all winter until Christmas. Christmas, we go back home, spend time with the family. After Christmas is all over, we go back up to Mesiaden and do more tapping. And that was where I learned my culture through him. He taught me a lot. Quite an experienced man. He's a churchgoer, a leader, a professional speaker in the Ginnamack Nation. He was, when he speaks, get up, you couldn't even hear a pin drop. That's how quiet he was. That's how powerful he was on his speech. And I'm really proud of what he done for me. He teach me all this stuff. And they taught me their culture and their language, the Gitsan. And I can speak the Gitsan and I can write the Gitsan. But in my area here, Lake Babin, I speak the carrier, but I can't write it. You know, but I can speak it, eh? So this is where I end up. To my 2009, September 29th or 28th is when I had a run-in with a semi-truck.
Yeah.
And I died 4 times. They arrived me 4 times. Big cut in my head, 9 weeks in coma. And 2 of my cousins, Grace and Rita, they said pull the plug, and they did. And that's when I started blinking my eyes, but I was still in coma. I don't remember blinking my eyes. And then I survived, and today I am here. I got one leg short, 3/8 short, and my other leg is okay. My left leg is the femur. I'm still healing on it, and I'm still moving and trying to get it better. And I have a lot of issues with this. Our health workers, look at my place. I need washer and dryer, and I need a homemaker to clean up my place, you know. Sometimes I get some guys, some of my cousins come in, they help me clean up the place. And the youth are using our stumpage revenue.
Yeah.
Like, where are they? Why aren't they helping us elders, like myself? Bring wood in every day to keep me warm. This is what I'm going through right now. So I appreciate you for coming and listening to the story, and I've got books here for sale for $25 each. So anybody wants to buy, they can buy. And I went back to college now. That's when I wrote my book, 2003, How I Survived Lejack Residential School, History by Ernie George. And I was doing another one on my accident. This one, I used the title was Journey from My Body. When I was in the hospital, first thing that happened was I seen people in all white clothes walking up the ceiling along the side of the walls, and I'm down and looking, and it's just an experience for myself. And I seen it all. And the one guy named Chap, Roger Charlie, he was a security guard at the parking lot, the new one in the building. I wandering around, and he said, "Hey, Ernie, you're not supposed to be here." And I said, "No, I'm not here. You are. No." And there's three guys standing on the little balcony there, and they're asking Roger, "Who are you talking to?" "Ernie George." "Oh, that Mums." "Oh, that Blue." "That means you're crazy." And I said, No, you guys are crazy." And then Roger turned around, and I disappeared, and I was back in my bed again. That's, that really happened. And then 2008, before my accident, I got picked up somewhere. I don't know where. I must have been drugged or something. But I got into the caboose on the railroad track, and this caboose goes off the track and on the track. And this old East Indian couple, 3 girls, must have been 12, 13, and 14. And the old East Indian was trying to show me that note, and I'm trying to read it. And it was all soundproof. And then all the soundproof, I couldn't read what the East Indian said. On the note, I couldn't read it. It was dark in there too. And I don't know how I got in. But when they came in, they kicked me out. And I got on right by the road, started hitchhiking.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's two guys with a machine gun walking up the track towards Westway.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened just on this side, on the other side of Indaco. The guy that has a farm on the right side. And then when I was in the hospital after my accident, I recognized one of those East Indian doctors.
Mm-hmm.
And I told that sergeant about it. And he's retired. And I told him about it. Nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do anything about it. And then my cousin, well, when I was with John French come visit me, John David French come visit me, and his wife said the same thing. A young kid, 16-year-old, same thing happened to him just 2 years after me.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty scary, but I'm still scared today.
Mm-hmm.
So I pretty well keep to myself, you know. I like it that way because I'm more safer.
Mm-hmm.
When I go away for appointment to Vancouver or somewhere, when I come home, my place being broken in, and my place being partied up. It's just a mess when I got home. And this is a continuing on thing today.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a padlock on my door now.
Mm-hmm.
They still ripped it open and came in. And Philip was 13 to fix that padlock for me again.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's my end of my story.